Good evening, everyone. My name's Bill Romani, and boy, am I glad to be back hosting virtually the best Hoodstock ever. We're coming to you live tonight from Spoons in Federal Hill, and with me I have Lauren Bessard, who's the Director of Development at Unified Community Connections, the historic beneficiary of Hoodstock, and Russ Causey, co-founder of Hoodstock and a member of tonight's headlining band, Roses and Rust. Now, while tonight's event might be a little bit different than you're used to, we do think that you'll see quite a bit of what we have traditionally placed and has made Hoodstock one of the most fun and inspiring events these last 17 years. First, we've got a great show tonight. Roses and Rust is performing. They'll be headlining 3 short sets, followed by a set from the Wafflers and another set by Mama Dot and the Bmore crew. Now, those of you that have been following Hoodstock know how supportive these bands have been over the years, so we're very grateful to have them here with us again this evening. And then certainly the reason that we're all here is to support and to celebrate Unified Community Connections and their efforts to assist Marylanders with disability live life's possibilities. Now that's where you come in. If you look right below me, you'll see a link that you can click on and be able to look at and bid on tonight's auction items. And you can also click on that same link to make a donation directly to Hoodstock. And for more on that, I'll turn it over to Lauren.
Thanks, Bill. We're really excited to have everybody joining us tonight, choosing to spend their Saturday night with us virtually for our 17th annual Hoodstock fundraiser. This is a fundraiser for Unified Community Connections. Money raised through tonight will benefit programs and services that we provide to children and adults with disabilities throughout Maryland. Our goal is to get them living as independently as possible within their own community. So all the support, all the donations raised are going towards that cause tonight, and we appreciate every single one of them. And tonight we're making it as easy as possible. You'll see it throughout the multiple videos that we have in store for you. A link that you can go to, it's www.biddingowl.com/Hoodstock Bmore. Go there to bid on online silent auctions. You can purchase event merchandise like tie-dye face masks and event t-shirts like I'm wearing right now. You can also make simple donations online through that site as well. So one-stop shop, everything is right there for you. And just thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Well, that's just great, Lauren. Now, Russ, Hoodstock's always been about the music. What can we look forward to from Roses and Rust's first set tonight?
Well, the first set I think is going to start with the right vibe. Take it easy. How else could you start Hoodstock? And then we're going to have, I think, one of the best guitar riffs in history of rock music from the Doobie Brothers. We're going to cover one of their songs. And then we're going to end with an anthem for women. Who could disagree with that? I wouldn't.
Well, that just sounds great. And, you know, at long last, and after a really long year, it's finally time for the music. And what a long, strange trip it's been. Ladies and gentlemen, Roses and Rust.
The sound of your own wheels drive you crazy. Lighten up when you still can. Don't even try to understand. Just find a place to make your stand. Take it easy. Well, I'm standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona, with such a fine sight to see. So girl, my lord, in a flat back Ford, slowing down to take a look at me. Come on, baby, don't say maybe. I gotta know if your sweet love gonna save me. 'Cause we may lose and we may win. sound of your own wheels drive you crazy. Come on, baby, don't say maybe. I gotta know if your sweet love is gonna save me.
years and my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope for a destination. I realized quickly when I knew I should that the world was made up of this brotherhood of man, for whatever that means. And so I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out what's in my head, and I'm feeling a little peculiar. And so I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream from the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I said, hey, I said, hey, what's going on? And I said, hey, I said, hey, what's going And I try, oh my God, do I try? I try all the time in this institution, and I pray, oh my God, do I pray? I pray every single day for evolution. So I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out what's in my head, and I'm feeling a little peculiar. So I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream from the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I said, I said, hey, what's going on? And I said, hey, I said, hey, what's going on? And I said, hey, I said, hey, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, I said, hey, what's going on? "25 years and my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope for a destination."
Well, that was just a great way for Roses and Rusts to get started another Hoodstock Music Festival.
Or get
Now-
off.
Kick it all off. So, we're having a lot of fun with this, but really the reason that we're here is to raise money for the great work that Unified Community Connections does. One of the seminal events that we have every year is the raffle for the Yeti cooler. There's $1,000 worth of stuff in that cooler. You can buy a raffle ticket for that on that link that's right below me. We'll be raffling that off live at the end of tonight's event. Now, another thing that we're doing differently this year is if you make a $10 or more contribution tonight, we're going to send you a link so that you can be part of kind of a behind the music storytellers event after tonight's show with Roses and Rust, and I've heard that you'll be able to make requests as well. So for now, we want to learn a little bit about the work that Unified Community Connections does, so we're going to take you to that video right now.
Unified Community Connections is a direct service provider with a mission to support individuals with disabilities in achieving independence, productivity, and the quality of life they seek. Originally founded in 1953 as United Cerebral Palsy of Central Maryland by a group of parents and concerned citizens, Unified Community Connections is today a large, dynamic nonprofit organization providing support to both children and adults with a wide variety of disabilities and chronic health issues throughout the state of Maryland. Unified's core services include day program services, residential services, in-home support, supported employment services, transportation, and the No Boundaries Assistive Technology Center. The broad range of services that Unified provides are tailored to meet the unique needs of each individual, to help connect them to life's possibilities and supporting them in living as independently as possible. Unified operates 4 day program centers throughout the state of Maryland, one in the Baltimore Middle River area, Frederick, Hagerstown, and Cumberland, where men and women with developmental disabilities ages 21 and older come to engage in meaningful individual and group activities. The programs focus on developing interpersonal, social, and vocational skills. Unified also operates more than 40 residential homes throughout Maryland. These homes provide barrier-free housing, personal care assistance, and life skills training for adults with disabilities in fully accessible single-family homes or apartments. Approximately 3 to 4 individuals live together in each home with 24/7 care and support. In-home support is also available to assist individuals who need or want services including personal care, housekeeping, and case management in order to remain in their own homes. Unified offers supported employment services to individuals with disabilities, including assistance with job selection, interviewing, training, and maintaining both paid and volunteer positions in the community. Unified supports individuals working in local grocery stores, restaurants, retail stores, retirement communities, movie theaters, and so much more. Unified's transportation department is critical to connecting the individuals in its programs to the community. Unified utilizes a fleet of lift-equipped buses and vans to transport individuals to the day program centers, places of employment, medical appointments, and social activities. The No Boundaries Assistive Technology Center is an innovative service that offers augmentative communication assessments and personalized training for children and adults who need communication support. This service can provide nonverbal individuals with a voice or ability to express themselves. Unified provides support to more than 1,000 individuals and families throughout the state each year. The hundreds of direct care staff working for Unified are dedicated to their jobs and the individuals they support. The direct care staff provides so much more than basic care. They are the heart of our organization. Unified would not be able to provide these much-needed services to one of the community's most vulnerable populations without the generosity and support of its many donors. All donations given to Unified make a difference in the daily lives of those individuals supported and their families.
I tell you, it's always inspiring to see the work that Unified Community Connections does. Lauren, what's our goal for tonight?
Well, tonight our goal, we came into tonight with $69,000 raised already thanks to our many generous and wonderful sponsors, people who had already made contributions. The goal tonight, we would love to get over $75,000. That's our goal. We would love to have your help to help us do that. You learned more about what Unified does, and we're just really proud of the work that we do. And especially now during this pandemic, the funds are desperately needed for us to keep people safe and healthy. So thank you so much for any donation made tonight.
Russ, what do we have to look forward to in the second set?
Great music, of course, Bill, but it's going to start with going back to my roots of Louisiana and the black waters of the Mississippi. So we're going to start there, and then we're going to end with the Beatles. It's a 4-song set. I hope you'll enjoy it. Cheers.
Cheers.
We're pleased tonight to be able to have Nick sitting in with us on harmonica and some harmonies. I built me a raft and she's ready for floating. Oh, Mississippi, she's calling my name. The catfish are jumping, that paddle wheel stomping. Black water keep rolling on down just the same.
Roll back water, keep on rolling.
Mississippi moon, won't you keep on shining on me?
Roll back water, keep on rolling.
Mississippi moon, won't you keep on shining on me?
Roll back water, keep on rolling.
Mississippi moon, won't you keep on shining on me? Keep on shining your light, gonna make everything pretty, mama, gonna make everything alright. And I ain't got no worries, and I ain't in no hurry at It rains, I don't care, it don't make no difference to me. Just take that streetcar on down on uptown. Yeah, I like to hear some funky Dixieland and dance a honky tonk. And I'll be buying everybody drinks.
Roll back water, keep on rolling.
Mississippi moon, won't you keep on shining on
Roll
me?
back water, keep on rolling.
Mississippi moon, won't you keep on shining on
Roll back
me?
water, keep on rolling.
Mississippi moon, won't you keep on shining on me? Keep on shining your light, gonna make everything pretty, mama, make everything alright. And I ain't got no worries, and I ain't in no hurry at I like to hear some funky Dixieland, pretty mama, gonna take me by the hand. Hand, take me by the hand, pretty mama. Dance with your daddy all night long. To hear some funky Dixieland, pretty mama, gonna take me by the hand. Hand, take me by the hand, pretty mama.
Dance with your daddy
All night long, like to hear some funky Dixieland, pretty mama, gonna take me by the hand. Hand, take me by the hand, pretty mama. All night long, like to hear some funky Dixieland, pretty mama, gonna take me by the hand. Hand, take me by the hand, pretty mama. All night long, like to hear some funky Dixieland, pretty mama, gonna take me by the hand. Hand, take me by the hand, pretty mama. All night long, like to hear some funky Dixieland, pretty mama, gonna take me by the hand. Yeah. Thanks, Nick.
I was a little too tall, could've used a few pounds. Tight pants, points, hollering out. She was a black-haired beauty with big dark eyes, and points on, sitting way up high. the sky summit. We were just young and restless and bored, living by the sword. And we steal away every chance we could to back rooms and alleys of trusty woods. I used her, she used me, but neither one cared. We were getting our share, working on the night move, trying to lose some awkward teenage blues, working on the night move. Ooh, and it was summertime. Sweet summertime, summertime. The lightning, yeah, waiting on the thunder, waiting on the thunder. I woke last night to the sound of thunder. How far off I sat and wondered. Started humming a song from 1962. Ain't it funny how the night moves? When you just don't seem to have as much to lose. Strange how the night moves. With autumn closing in. Remember the night moves. And it's funny how I remember. Funny how I remember. I remember. Oh. Better waking and cracking. Waking and practicing on the night moves. Night moves. Cause trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. Well, though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. If there will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine until tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be.
You know, every time I hear it, I just love the song Let It Be. You guys killed that.
Thank you. Dot killed it.
Well, that always goes without saying. I was being nice to you.
For a change.
So Russ, tell me about your snacks here.
They came from Sobo Cafe, which if you order one of the snack boxes tonight, they actually will make a donation to Hoodstock. So if you haven't bought a snack box from them, also Amici's is doing the same thing. So two of my favorite restaurants.
That's just great with everybody chipping in. And Lauren, tell people how they can chip in and help the efforts tonight.
Yeah, so we're already seeing some donations come in. We love seeing that. We also wanted to just highlight some of our online silent auction items. So if you're checking those out, we have a meat box that has like 38 cuts variety of different beef, which is getting quite some excitement during quarantine. Who knows what we're going to need, where we're going to get our protein coming up. But we have that as an item. We have two of those actually. We have a 2-night stay at a Black Walnut Point Inn in Tillman Island. That's generating some interest. A cornhole set. And just some great prizes. So go to biddingowl.com/Hoodstock Bmore to check all those out. You can also make the Yeti Cooler purchases for your raffle tickets there. And then I just wanted to show we got our event t-shirts there. Those are online for sale items, and the tie-dye face mask, because everyone needs a tie-dye face mask. So check those things out.
So we've mentioned a couple times, this is the 17th Hoodstock Music Festival. So we're going to take you to a video to tell you a little bit about the history of the festival. And then, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Roses and Rust.
Hey everybody, I'm Nate Carper, proud member of Roses and Rust. You may have just seen a few songs that we played right now. And I'm so proud to be sitting down right here and talking about Hoodstock, talking with Lauren Broussard and Russ Causey here. And we're going to be talking about the origins of Hoodstock and how Unified became involved with Hoodstock and all that fun stuff. So look, these two folks are instrumental in making sure that the show goes on. And Russ, I have to ask you, can you tell us a little bit about the history of Hoodstock and where did it all begin?
Well, it's a bit of a funny story. It was a midlife crisis. I was 44 years old, and my wife asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I said a guitar. And she was shocked because other than singing ad nauseum in the car, she had no idea that I had any interest whatsoever in music. So she bought me one, and I never stopped playing it. And again, that was very late in life, but as she would tell you, a lot better than getting a red Corvette. And so because of my playing it just nonstop, and I met another neighbor who was also playing guitar, and so we got together and started playing, and the neighbors started hearing that we were doing this. And that led to them saying, when are we going to hear you? And so I thought, well, why not? Let's throw a party. And we called it Hoodstock because it was in the neighborhood, and most of the music I was playing then was more Woodstock era, so it just made sense to call it that, it seemed. And a whole 32 people came over with my very next door neighbors, Larry and Gracie, and we set up cooking, and we actually opened up my garage. That became the stage, and that was the beginning of Hoodstock.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. So such humble roots, but that's just an amazing story. And how did Unified become involved with Hoodstock and become the beneficiary of the the money earned?
So at that time, I was actually a board member of United Cerebral Palsy, which has become Unified Community Connections.
Okay.
And being a board member, and we had decided we were going to have this make this an annual party. And another funny story, but I won't get into it tonight. I met two of the board members that actually played guitar as well, started jamming with them, and we together decided, all right, let's make Hoodstock a charity event for Unified. And so the second one became officially a charity event. We actually sold tickets. I want to say they were $15 a piece.
Wow.
And we raised $1,200. And again, this is still in my backyard with next door neighbors, Larry and Gracie, setting up the grills. We basically underwrote it, and all the money that we collected went to Unified. So that was how it all began as far as becoming a charity event.
Wow, that is so cool. That is so cool. And Lauren, Hoodstock is in its 17th year now, and which is amazing that it's kept going. And here we are in year 17, a little bit different of a year than we would like. We would normally be all gathered together in person. But can you share a little bit about the history of the event and kind of how it's grown through the years from your perspective?
Yeah, I mean, we've really evolved in the last 17 years, as Russ said, starting in his backyard. It has just grown. We had to move to create more space because we had bigger crowds and we had more people wanting to hear and attend and be a part of the cause. So we ended up going from Russ's backyard to Outerbind Swim Club. And that was about like year 3 or 4, 4 or 5. And I remember one of those years we hit $10,000 raised, and that was such a huge milestone for us. I just remember getting like so excited over that. And then things have just evolved like since then. We went from needing more room at Outerbind, and we moved to the B&O Railroad Station in Baltimore, trying to keep everything still in the hood. That plan was to have the event continue to be outdoors. Didn't always work in our favor. We had the hurricane of 2013 where we had to rush inside with all the trains. But I think when we were at the railroad station, was 2012 when we kind of started the wheelchair dancing, because that was when we really had more space, and that's when some of the individuals at Unified Supports were really able to come and start attending the event, and they were up row, center, wheelchair dancing, and just having the best time. So then we've just continued to grow, and then we moved to American Visionary Art Museum. We've been there the last 5 or so years. We would have been there this year. COVID had different plans, but I mean, it's just, last year raising $93,000 for Unified Community Connections. It's just every year has been a record-breaking year, and the committee just thrives on that. We always just want to do better and create a better experience for the guest.
And in 2021, we're going to be at the Winslow.
Yes.
Which is a really cool space. I think it's going to be a new, exciting thing once we're able to get back together again.
Oh, yeah.
And we're actually thinking we'll keep this whole streaming thing as a part of it because we can get a much larger reach.
Well, if there's one thing 2020 has taught us is how to be innovative, right, and use some of the newer technologies for things we'll do in the future. But we certainly can't wait to get back together with everyone in the same room. So, Russ, I got to ask you, what would you say is your favorite part of Hoodstock? If you had to answer that, what would be your favorite part of the process or the event itself?
Well, that's probably almost impossible to say because for me, so much of it is just it's just a lot of fun and so happy to be a part of it. But if I would have to say it certainly is where it involves the folks that we're helping support through Unified. Lauren mentioned the wheelchair dancing, and I got to say the first time that happened, I was on the stage performing, and you see that, and it was actually hard for me to keep performing because it really touched me to see all these folks were finding a way to have a good time, and so I don't know how you can have anything but respect for that and what this event has done. The other would be, I think, the Can Do Award. And I don't know, Lauren, what's maybe last 10 years, the Can Do Award has been a part of Hoodstock, where O.J. Brigance announces the award to someone that Unified received services from Unified and who's been a shining example of how to take these things that life has thrown at them and find ways to do better and do well. Yeah. And when you see those awards happening and you hear them speak, it's pretty touching. So those would be probably the two things.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Lauren, you mentioned before you raised over $93,000 last year in Hoodstock. I'm sure you know the facts and figures because it's your job. But if cumulatively, I'm curious, just how much do you think? How much has been raised over the years since the beginning?
I mean, it's really incredible. Over, the 16 years that Hoodstock has been a fundraiser for Unified, we have raised $724,000.
Wow.
Which is just incredible. It blows us away. We can't give Russ enough credit or thank him enough. I mean, really, it's been instrumental in the programs we're able to provide and the lives that we're able to touch through our programs.
Right. So you hear that, folks? It's 2020. We're going to go over $1 million. We're close. We're so close. We can do it. Right, folks? We can do it.
I tell Lauren when we hit $1 million, I'm retiring.
Yeah, I was waiting for Russ to say one of his favorite things about Hoodstock was working with me, but he never said that. So.
Yeah. You heard that? Let him retire, folks. Let him retire. So, Lauren, how has the money raised really gone to benefit Unified and helped out the mission?
Well, Unified Community Connections is, we're a direct service provider for people with disabilities throughout the state of Maryland. And, our goal is really to get them living as independently as possible. And the funds raised from Hoodstock have been tremendous in helping us really get our programs to be the best that they can be. We offer residential services, so we have 43 or 40 plus homes throughout the state of Maryland where individuals live together. We have adult day programs, we have transportation. That's a big expense that we have. We provide transportation to all the individuals to their social outings, to their doctor's appointments, to the day programs, to visit family and friends. We also provide in-home supports for folks that still live at home with their parents. And assistive technology, which is one of the things that OJ works with us with our assistive technology department and the Can Do Award, and seeing him use his assistive device to be able to communicate and to be able to provide a voice for some of these people that are nonverbal has just been, it's just amazing to see. So, we really just appreciate all the generosity that people have for the cause and Hoodstock, and, we just, it's incredible.
It sure is. It sure is. And there's so many just amazing moments of this past 7 years. I've been a part of Roses and Rust, and having witnessed this, and this is definitely the most I think, eye-opening charity event that we do. I mean, as Roses and Rust, we do a lot of charity events around town, and this is definitely the most, the one that hits closest to home, being Russ being the leader of the band and so forth. But at the same time, it's just, I love the moments, and you see it so many times. I many times at every Hoodstock, I find myself, touched by something new or meeting someone new there. That's just, it's just fantastic.
Well, everyone loves music.
Yeah,
That's
and
something that everyone can relate to. Disability,
it really
no
brings it out,
disability.
right? Yeah.
I don't think you can trust someone who doesn't love music.
Yeah, if you don't love music, what's going on here? So Russ, we play in Roses and Rust together, and we've had a great time doing that. I've loved this event. I've loved playing this event, and so many emotional moments that happen every time you look out in the audience, as you said before, and just meeting new people and talking to everyone. But there's been a lot of bands that have been part of Hoodstock over the years, and I'm just curious, how many bands do you think there has been? Do you know how many bands there's been? If you had to...
Well, I really don't.
Yeah.
But I would say that maybe that's probably one of the other cool things about Hoodstock is that it does mix these two things that are just so wonderful, helping people who could use a helping hand while creating this music. But I would guess that somewhere around 20 different acts have performed at Hoodstock now.
Yeah.
And so, it's all types. We've had country sounds. We've had an African drum band. We've had a soul band. Obviously rock bands. So we try to be pretty inclusive in the music.
And what's great is that a lot of the performers are donating their time back. So they're all a part of it. They're all giving back to helping the agency, and we really appreciate that. I mean, part of these events is the expenses, and we try to keep things low for Hoodstock. We're casual, we're laid back, and we really appreciate that people are willing to, donate their time to us.
Absolutely, absolutely. So there's no doubt that Hoodstock, it takes a village of some really good hippies out there to pull this whole thing together. And, would you guys like to talk a little bit about that together? Just, some of the folks behind the scenes that are helping to make this all happen?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, our committee, especially this year, we really had to do some outside of the box creative thinking. COVID threw us a curveball, and we really, I think we've been able to come together and pull together something that's going to be really special for everyone tonight, and enjoying the music. But we've had people on the committee like, Russ obviously from the very beginning, but Nick Richardson's been involved since almost day one, I would say. Barry Brill, people from the neighborhood. We have Kathy Bradley and Carol Scholes. We have Angela Lane and her mother, who have been wonderful in all the raffle baskets and the silent auction items that you guys see in the past years. They do a phenomenal job. Emily Evans Sartorius, Kate Siegelstein. We really are just trying to do the best that we can to put on an awesome experience for everyone that comes. And I think when we work together, our biggest goal is to do better than the year before and have another record-breaking year. And I just love working with all these people. I think we really vibe, and we all bring different perspectives. We're different ages, we live in different areas, and it all just works. And it's been a lot of fun working with them.
And it would be impossible to thank and name all the people that have been involved, because there have been so many. But for me, there's 6 that I really think that are standouts that I need to mention. Larry and Gracie Musher, my former neighbors in the hood. If without their support, there's just no way this thing would have kept going. They were just always there, doing whatever needed. They were instrumental in getting the pool, and they were there every step of the way.
Before we had a caterer, they were cutting those sandwiches and pouring that wine. It was really a backyard party until we got the catering company.
You name
it. But it was all hands on deck.
And then two very good friends of mine, John Lee, who is in the band The Wafflers. I think he's performed since Hoodstock 2. He's performed at every one. He has a daughter who actually was a student at one of the unified schools. And so certainly the mission is really close to him, and he's been great. Nick Richardson, who I consider a very, very good friend, has helped in every way. He rolls up his sleeves, he works hard. The day of the events, which is always very draining, he's always right there. He's put a lot of money into the event himself, and is a great musician as well. And later in tonight's show, he'll actually be playing on harp on a song for us.
All right, can't wait for
so
that.
That's pretty cool. And then there's Lauren. who was giving me a hard time about not mentioning her earlier, but I was saving the best for last. Lauren is just unbelievable. I can honestly say, without Lauren, I would not be doing this, and the day she stops doing it is the day I stop. She is just awesome. She's herds cats really well, because that's what our committee is like doing. And then I would really be remiss if I didn't mention the love of my life, Jennifer. Can you imagine all the noise that we make in my house on a regular basis?
Yes.
And she has never complained. She's always been a part of support. And, you know, she loves to be in the background because that's not her thing to be out front. But if it was not for her support, there would not be a Hoodstock.
I agree with that. Yep, I agree with that 100%. Awesome, awesome. All right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in again tonight. I want to thank Lauren. I want to thank Russ for helping us get to know the origins of Hoodstock just a little bit better. And now, what do you think? Show must go on. Let's get back to some music.
You need cooling, baby, I'm not fooling. I'm gonna send you back to school, way down inside. Honey, you need it. I'm gonna give you my love. I'm gonna give you my
The ladder's about to fall. 13 months old baby broke the looking glass. 7 years of bad love. It's the good things in your past. When you believe in things you don't understand, then you suffer. Superstition in the way. Them superstitions. Wash your face and hands. Rid me of your problems. Do all that you can. Keep me in a daydream. Keep me going strong. You don't want to save me. Sad is the song. When you believe in things that you don't understand, then you suffer. Superstition is the way. Now, now, now. Ow! There is superstition, nothing more to say. There's superstition, the devil's on his way. 13 months old baby, broke looking glass. 7 years of bad love. It's the good things in the past. When you believe in things that you don't understand, then you suffer. Superstition ain't the way. Now, now, now. And if you want to believe that breaking a looking glass will bring 7 years of bad luck, shame on you. Shame on you. And if I want to believe that a black cat crossed my path is going to bring me bad, bad luck, shame on me. Shame on me. And if you want to believe that the only way to achieve the peace is at the end of a barrel of guns, shame on them. Shame on them. Shame on me. Shame on you. Shame on them. Shame on me. Shame on us. What the fuck? What the fuck?
So this is one of the first songs about social unrest. And a big shout out to Orion Studios for setting us up tonight. Thank you, guys.
I saw her today at the reception, a glass of wine in her hands. I knew she was gonna meet her connection. Her feet were her footloose man. And I said, you can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. You can't get what you want. Well, you can try sometime. You just might find you get what you need. Oh yeah. I went down to the demonstration to get my fair share of views. Singing, we were gonna vent our frustration. And if we don't, blow a 50 amp fuse. And I said, you can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. You can try sometime. You just might find get what you need. Oh yeah. Well, I went down to the Chelsea drugstore to get your prescription filled. And I'm standing in line, it's Mr. Jimmy. And man, did he look pretty hell. He decided that we would have a soda. My favorite flavor, cherry. I sang my song, Mr. Jimmy. He said one word to me. That was dead. And I said, you can't always get what you want. Oh no, you can't always get what you want. Oh no, you can't always get what you want. You can try sometime. You just might find get what you need. Oh yeah, get what you need. Oh yeah. Get what you need, oh yeah. Get what you need, oh yeah. Well, I saw her today at the reception, a bleeding man in her hand. She's practiced at the art of deception. I could tell by her bloodstained hands. And I said, you can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. Oh no, you can't always get what you want. You can try sometimes. You just might find you get what you need. Oh yeah. Get what you need. Oh yeah. We hope you enjoyed the streaming Hoodstock. We've enjoyed performing, but we look forward to next year when we're all together again. Woo!
Well, we are back, and you know what, Russ? I would argue you can always get what you want. And what we're getting tonight is a lot of great comments from all of you from around the world. We know from the comments it's 105 degrees today in Palm Springs. Thanks, Paul Seagraves, for that. So we just love the interaction. Keep those comments coming. Keep your bids coming on the auction items, and keep purchasing those tickets for the Yeti cooler. We're going to auction that live. That auction will be open until 9:20. So what are you enjoying about tonight, Lauren?
I just like the comments, people connecting to this and really feeling the vibe. We really, the committee worked really hard to put something special together and for everyone to enjoy, so it's so nice to see that that's what's happening. And then the donations, we're seeing, like you said, several donations come in. We're so close to our goal. We're getting closer every, minute. And I just wanted to highlight a special donor. We got a donation from Larry Musher. We just talked about him. He just made a very special donation in memory of Ike Causey, so I just thought that was really nice of him to do.
Thank you, Larry.
Such an important role of Hoodstock, Larry and Gracie both, so love that.
And I think that's what Hoodstock has been over these 17 years, and as you saw in the video, I mean, this is truly a neighborhood event, and there are relationships and people involved in this. And, we're coming about on the Can Do Award, and Russ, you were talking a little earlier about the Can Do Award. What's that mean to you?
Well, before I even answer that, I want to say we got somebody from Thailand also. KJ, thank you. How cool is that?
Thank you, KJ.
Very cool.
I mean, we need somebody from all the hemispheres, so certainly spread the word. We need you here. It's probably like tomorrow in Thailand, watching that.
And I also have to say, I'm very prejudiced, obviously, but what a rockin' set that Roses of Rust just did. Led Zeppelin. Oh my goodness. Rolling Stones, Stevie Wonder. Oh, that was so cool. Anyway, Can Do. It's hands down my favorite part of Hoodstock every year. It's why we do this, is the supports that go to the folks who need a helping hand, and to see someone who actually has taken what's been thrown at them that so many of us wouldn't actually handle very well, and see how well they have handled it. It's pretty cool. So that's what's next.
So we're going to get into the highlight of the night, the most inspiring part of the night, the Can Do Award.
Hello, my name is Diane Coughlin, and I'm the President and CEO of Unified Community Connections, and I'm delighted to welcome you to our Hoodstock event. This is our 17th Hoodstock, but the first one we've ever done virtually. So thank you for tuning in and participating in this wonderful fundraiser for our company. Unified Community Connections is a nonprofit service provider across the state of Maryland. We provide residential supports in homes like the one behind me, day program supports, and supports in the homes of individuals with disabilities. Every year we provide services to hundreds of individuals with disabilities and do work that we are extraordinarily proud of. This year it's been particularly challenging, as you might imagine, because of the public health emergency. We have been forced to close our day program services to keep people safe, and most of the people we support, like all of us, have been in their homes 24/7, participating in things on Zoom and other virtual mediums. It's been quite a challenge for all of us, and I'm especially proud of our direct support staff. You might see that heroes work here, and indeed they do. Our direct support staff have been unwavering in their commitment to individuals with disabilities by showing up and doing their best day in and day out. And, sometimes they've had to do extraordinary things, including, like all of us, wearing a mask when they're on the job, engaging in universal precautions and extraordinary cleaning of our homes and our facilities, and we are forever indebted to them. And of course, money that is raised through this fundraiser goes to support their fine work. The challenges of the pandemic are not only known to our staff. The individuals that we support have felt it as well, and some have been more resilient than others. But today we're here to honor a woman who has been particularly inspiring and uplifting to her colleagues and the other individuals that we support. We're here to present her with the Samuel A. Tucker Memorial Can Do Award. This award was created in 1994 by Rebecca Tucker on my left. And Rebecca's husband, Samuel Tucker, was a man who was her husband. He was an attorney, as you might expect. He was a college graduate. And all of that sounds perfectly fine and wonderful. But the thing that set Sam Tucker apart from others was that he also happened to have a disability. And he actually received supports from our agency. Sam was an inspiration to people because he never let that disability hold him back. He exemplified determination and positivity, and we see that today in so many of the individuals that we support. Sam never let his disability define him. Rather, he was defined by his abilities, not his disability. And so in his memory, Rebecca created this award, and since 1994, we have presented it to a deserving person who receives services from our agency. The choice is always really, really difficult because so many of the men and women that we support exemplify can-do spirit and determination day in and day out. But this year, Judy in particular, Judy Crum on my right, was a real champion of positivity as we had to go into lockdown in our homes. She served as a model for the folks who live with her and people across our agency as they began to engage in activities on Zoom. We are delighted to present this award, and today to do so, I'd like to introduce a board member, someone that you're probably familiar with because he's a very famous Raven, O.J. Brigance. O.J. himself exemplifies the Can Do Award, and so now I'd like O.J. to say a few words about our recipient this year, Judy Crum.
Good evening, everyone. My name is O.J. Brigance. We hope that you're enjoying Hoodstock. This year we would like to present the 2020 Samuel A. Tucker Memorial Can Do Award to Judy Crum. After overcoming several struggles in life, Judy came to Unified in January of 2018 and has been bringing joy to everyone she encounters since the day she arrived. She lives here at our Center Street residential home in Frederick and loves her staff and housemates. Since coming to Unified, Judy has blossomed into a confident, outgoing, and articulate young woman. She's always been an avid reader who enjoys writing poetry and engaging in conversations with her housemates, staff, and neighbors. But she had a drive to do more. She wanted to become a better speaker not just for herself but for others. So she enrolled in a self-advocacy class through the Thrive program at Frederick Community College. Before coming to Unified, Judy used to worry a lot, but now she has found her strength to be an advocate for herself and a voice for others. As if that's not reason enough for her to receive this year's award, what really sets Judy apart and makes her extra special is her positive attitude and ability to boost people's spirits during this pandemic. It's been very difficult for the people in our residential program to stay home and away from their family and friends for the last several months. Some have had a really hard time. But Judy decided to rise above it and stay positive, and she's been sharing that energy with those around her. She has become a role model and inspiration for her housemates, a bright light during these dark times. Judy is everyone's biggest cheerleader. When asked to describe herself, Judy said, "I am helpful and courageous. I don't let life get me down. I have overcome my disability. It does not trap me." She goes on to say, "I wouldn't have been able to bless the people that I have blessed if I didn't have a disability." Judy is grateful for her house manager, Dana, who has always seen her full potential and credits her dad and stepmom for being her rock. But what she may not realize is just how much of a rock she is to so many others. Judy truly represents the can-do attitude in all aspects of her life. Judy, on behalf of myself and Unified, please accept this award. Congratulations, we are so proud of you.
Judy, on behalf of myself, Rebecca Tucker, O.J. Brigance, and everyone at Unified Community Connections, please accept the 2020 Memorial Samuel A. Tucker Can-Do Award. And if I could have a round of applause for Judy.
Can do is a phrase of words that brought me from a little girl to a compassionate woman who expresses love and care throughout the years. I'd like to say thank you to God, my dad Harry Fellers, my stepmom Barbara Mulcahy, all UCC staff and PCAs, and Dana Miller, the ARC of Frederick County, and the way station of Frederick. Thank you, everybody. I couldn't have done it without you.
Again, congratulations, Judy. We are so proud of you. And now I'd like to thank a few folks who have put together this most creative Hoodstock. By way of background, this event started 17 years ago as a backyard pass the hat fundraiser by then board member Russ Causey. Over the years, it has evolved into our signature fundraiser, which netted us thousands of dollars last year, and over the 17 years has raised $724,000. We used to say about this fundraiser that it was casual, that it was say no to black tie and say yes to tie-dye. This year, I'm suggesting that we turn in the tuxedos and the evening gowns and instead participate in pajamas and nightgowns. We have taken casual to a whole new level, not necessarily by choice, but we appreciate your support for our agency. We know you could be tuning into other channels, you could be watching Seinfeld reruns right now, but instead you're watching this fundraiser and participating in our virtual community, and it is so very important to Judy, to her housemates, and the hundreds of men and women who receive supports from our agency. It wouldn't have been possible without the dedication and creativity of our Hoodstock committee. Angela Lane, Barry Brill, Carol Scholes, Emily Evans, Kate Zeigelstein, Kathy Bradley, Manette Zinkind, Nick Richardson, Lauren Bassard, our Director of Development, and of course the founder, Russ Causey. As I mentioned earlier, Russ and his wife Jennifer started this 17 years ago in their backyard with the help of their neighbors, Gracie and Larry Musher, and they passed a hat around and didn't raise very much money. This year, we hope to top all records through your support. You will have the opportunity to make donations online to our virtual auctions and through our raffle for a Yeti cooler of cheer. Thank you again for supporting Hoodstock 17 in such a unique way.
You know, every single year, Diane, OJ, that just gets me every single year. That is certainly while we're here. It's why we're making the ask. It's why we come together every year. So we hope you'll continue to be inspired by what you're seeing tonight and make a contribution, bid on a silent auction item, buy a ticket for the Yeti cooler, buy some of the merch that we have, and continue to have a great time in doing it. What have we got coming up next, Russ?
Well, first, congratulations to Judy on the Can-Do Award. Pretty sweet.
And I wanted to say hi to Rebecca watching at home. Rebecca Tucker, thank you so much for your support for this award. It's very special to the individuals that we support. I know you got a group at home watching, so I just wanted to say hi and thank you to you.
That's amazing, every year.
So next is the favorite band that I'm not in, the Wafflers. And they've got a really cool set coming up in a very cool vibe area. And they're going to go from Memphis to Jackson with Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young in the center of it all. So watch this. You're going to love it.
Hi there, we're the Wafflers. We play Hoodstock every year, and it's the highlight of our year, just not only because we get to play music together, which we always love to do, but because we can take part in what we think is a very important fundraiser to help people who are physically disabled. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for giving, and maybe we'll see you in person next year. Let's hope. Thank you. Delta, shining like a national guitar. I am following the river down the highway through the cradle of the Civil War. I'm going to Graceland, Graceland, Memphis, Tennessee. I'm going to Graceland. More boys and pilgrims and families, and we are going to Graceland. My traveling companion is 9 years old. He's a child of my first marriage. I got a reason to believe that we both will be received in Graceland. She comes back to tell me that she's gone. I never noticed the way she brushed her hair from her forehead. I say, losing a love is like a window in your eyes. Everybody sees your blood blood. Everybody feels the wind blow. I'm going to Graceland, Graceland, Memphis, Tennessee. I'm going to Graceland. Pilgrims and families, and we are going to Graceland. My traveling companions are coats and empty socks. I'm looking at ghosts and empty. I got a reason to believe that we all will be received in Graceland. Girl in New York City calls herself a human trampoline. And sometimes when I'm falling, flying, or tumbling in turmoil, I say, whoa, this is what she means. Means we're bound to sing into Graceland. I say, losing a love is like a window in your eyes. Everybody sees your blood. Everybody feels the wind blow.
goes down. We have a reason to believe that we all will be received in Graceland. pepper sprout. We've been talking about Jackson ever since the fire went out. Hey, now I'm going to Jackson. I'm gonna mess around. I'm going to Jackson. Look out, Jackson Town.
Well, go on down to Jackson. Go ahead and wreck your health. Go raise your hand, you big talking man. Make a big fool of yourself. We're going to Jackson. Go comb your hair.
Now, Snowball Jackson.
Yeah.
Jackson. Goodbye's all she wrote. Well, now they're gonna left you in Jackson. Now we're dancing on a pony carriage. They'll lead you around town like a scolded clown with your tail tucked between your legs. We're gonna Jackson. Oh, you big talking head. I'll be waiting in Jackson for my J-Penny friend. Well, now we got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout. We've been talking about Jackson ever since the fire went out. Go to Jackson. That's a fact. We're going to Jackson. Ain't never coming back. Well, now we got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout. We've been talking about Jackson ever since the fire went out.
Wow, how about those Wafflers? That was a great set.
How about those Wafflers?
And I got to say, John, you missed your opportunity to play A Touch of Grey by the Dead. I hadn't seen that haircut for a while, but it was a great Hoodstock vibe. I love it. But anyway, it was a great set, and the harmonies were awesome. But now,
Now, for a very exciting part of the night, something we look forward to every year for Hoodstock is the announcement of the Yeti Cooler of Cheer winner. So this year being virtual, we had to go to a secure location to pull the winning ticket for this year's Yeti Cooler filled with bottles of booze, over 25 bottles. We have our very own Hoodstock mascot, Saffron, drawing tonight's winner. So here I share with you now.
Hi, I'm Angela Lane, and I'm here with one of our Hoodstock mascots, Saffron, who is going to pick the winner of the Be Cool Yeti Cooler of Cheer. So good luck. All right, Saffron.
This is it.
Mix them up.
Come on, Saffron.
Okay. And the winner is Ken Adams.
Yay!
All right, Ken Adams.
All right, Ken, we'll be calling you.
and we're all coming to Ken's house soon.
Yeah, party at Ken's.
Well, we certainly want to thank Ken. We want to thank everybody that bought a ticket for that raffle. That is one of our big fundraisers, and we are creeping ever so close to our goal tonight of $75,000. That website and that link is still open. If you want to contribute, we need you to. If you make a contribution of $10, you also are eligible to do the after party with Roses and Rust with requests and maybe some stories by the band.
And Dot has some good ones. You definitely want to join that.
So, what we're going to do now, as we've said, this is a neighborhood event, but there's a lot of people that need to be thanked. And so right now, we're going to thank the sponsors that make Hoodstock happen every year.
Couldn't happen.
And again, we can't thank our sponsors enough for everything that we're doing, and we can't thank you enough for all the support that you've had and for sticking with us in this first virtually best Hoodstock ever. With that. Still a lot of people we have to thank. Certainly we have to thank the folks at Spoons for letting us have the space here, Orion for the staging, Greg on the video, certainly Roses and Rust, Dot, the Wafflers, and we need to thank the folks of Unified Community Connections. They put this together. Lauren, thank you to you. Drew, your mom is very special. She does a great job with this every single year. So until next year, October 16th at the Winslow, thank you for another great Hoodstock Festival.
Where hopefully we'll be together.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is Drum Dr. Dot and the Bmore crew, here to drop a piece of drummetry, drums, and poetry. Medicinal music on a mission. The music is the medicine. Its mission is to heal. We're here to bring you Baltimore Jack. Baltimore, it's the city I adore. Be it Baltimore rich or be it Baltimore poor. It's the city always searching, never finding a cure. But baby, nothing can replace my Baltimore. Well, I'm a native Baltimorean, born and bred. Baltimore, baby, that's what I said. Every single night before I lay me down to bed, I got visions of Baltimore dancing in my head. Baltimore in a harbor, greatest tourist attraction. Folks that come from the and far to snatch a piece of the action. Real Baltimore knows that ain't what's happening. Give me a bushel of crab so I can start the cracking. We love the Baltimore birds, the ravens and O's. Where a line is not for coke, it's just for hanging your clothes. We got potholes bigger than the Super Bowl. Our cars swerving left and right, about to lose control. We got the Preakness in town, shutting park heights down. Flower hats, pimping horses, best circus in town. We got rats as fat as cats, imagine that. We got cats running scared, afraid of combat. Got the BMA, great blacks and wax. Walters, Reginald Lewis filling the knowledge gaps. Stolen in modal cells of Henrietta Lacks. Illegal research conducted on the backs of flags. In the Baltimore hood, we just trying to maintain. We sit on marble steps at night with tales of joy and pain. Taking unfamiliar trips down memory lane. Our parents sat and shot the breeze to keep from going insane. Baltimore, who is keeping the score? How many corners got a church and a liquor store? Schools dilapidated, rich abandoned the poor. Horseshoe Casino made a promise, what you waiting for? Homicide, the wire, life on the street. Turn the television off, the story's incomplete. Baltimore music makes my life complete. When we're dropping them beats, it's hard to stay in your seat. Baltimore Club Mix. Rest in peace, Miss Tony and K Swift. To all my Baltimore DJs representing Charm City, you can't miss. No house to roll house. Got fancy mansions and the pole house. At Central booking that madhouse. Trying to make it down to the courthouse. Blue crabs and Old Bay. Chicken box and lake trout. I see you over there finger licking. Be it eat in or carry out. Hazy, hot, and humid. Will we ever get through it? Gotta get me a snowball. Hope it cools down by nightfall. It's a Baltimore wedding, baby, take a sip. Natty Bow married a potato chip. Honeymoon on an inner harbor cruise ship. Natty and Sally, they did the dip. 9 months later, Sally started with the chip on her hip. Be more conscious, be more crazy. Mortified for homicide, too many babies pushing up daisies. Got some corner boys hollering, how you doing, Miss Lady? You holler back, they like the sugar, have them a baby. Baltimore, it's the city that reads and bleeds. Be more known for all the brilliance it breeds. Cab Calloway, Billie Holiday. Got that line dance with Mama K. Roses and Rust, where we love to play music Tuesday at Sobo Cafe. John Waters with Airspray took it all the way to Broadway. Elijah Cummings, he showed us the way. Elijah, rest in peace and power. Elijah, rest in peace and power. Elijah, rest in peace and power. Never let us astray. I hear you talking about my city, but I don't care. I'm repping Baltimore City with my fist in the air. Hey, I hear you talking about Baltimore. It's the city I adore. Be a Baltimore rich or be a Baltimore poor. It's the city always searching, never cool.